Hi guys, I'm back again with another 4K 30fps video test here. This time I have got HDR off on the new 25 range, S25 range, because that was apparently causing some issues with the colour. You'd think HDR would actually make things better, but it seemed to make things very washed out and very different between the phones. So currently HDR is off on all phones. We've got auto FPS off, that's the first thing I turn off whenever I get a new Galaxy phone anyway. And it's recording in the HEVC format. So yeah, we'll see how things go now. We'll just do a bit of a walk around and then we'll switch over to HDR mode and see what differences there are, if any. So again, HDR off. We don't need to worry too much about audio in this one. We're just checking the HDR quality with it off. And then obviously stabilization as well, because it did seem quite jerky when turning in the last video with stabilization. Yeah, we'll see what things are like after this. Okay, so here we are with HDR off on the front facing camera as well. We'll just do a very quick walk down here and see if there are any differences at all between them. Skin colour looks about the same on all phones, maybe a bit brighter on the Ultras. But yeah, let's switch on HDR mode now and see how they compare. Right, okay, HDR mode is now turned on, so let's see how things look now. Currently on the front facing camera I can't really see much of a difference particularly, but we'll see, well, the proof will be in the pudding possibly when we go back to the rear camera, which we'll do now. Okay, HDR on all phones. Let's see if there are any differences on the screen. It's a bit hard to tell if there's anything different here. Looks a bit lighter on the S24 Ultra, which possibly isn't quite right. To my eye, that is. It doesn't look quite that light. So that could just be the screen brightness. If the auto brightness, which is enabled on all these phones, is just getting that little bit brighter on the S24 Ultra. Not 100% sure. Yeah, we'll do some more turns here and see. We'll walk back down here, and then what I'm going to do is just turn HDR off on a couple of the phones, and we'll see if we can determine which phones have it turned off and which phones have it turned on. Okay, so here we have HDR off on the S25 Plus and the S25 Ultra, so it's currently only on the S25 and the S24 Ultra. So don't forget, S25 Plus off and S25 Ultra HDR is off, and let's just have a look at how things look, if they look better or if they look worse. So yeah, with HDR on the screen at least, the S25 and S24 Ultra look a lot brighter, but true to life colours are with HDR off, that is correct. And again, yeah, much brighter trunk there on the S24 Ultra and S25. I'm going to switch over now, so don't forget S25 Plus and S25 Ultra have HDR turned off, and I'm trying to keep in frame as much as I can. But yeah, you can see it does look a lot darker. HDR is improving things. Let me know what you think down below. Right, okay, so there we have it. You can see quite clearly there are quite a few differences there when you have HDR turned on and off. And yeah, I hadn't realised it was on the new S25 range initially. It was just on out of the box basically, so not the best setting to have on by default by the look of the results there. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are down below. Are there any reasons to upgrade to the S25 series coming from the S24 series? Hard to say really, probably not in all honesty. It's such minor updates between the cameras this year where they exist, which is very few just on the Ultra series. So yeah, I wouldn't bother upgrading for camera alone. I have delisted the other video just to make sure no one sees it who shouldn't see it, but it is still there if you want to double check any of the photos or anything that were taken previously in that video. So again, thanks for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.